So, let me grab my still the chase book so I have the poem in front of me at least, so I'm not missing any content. Probably should put mine in here, but there's no links to it. Yeah. So, as I have gone alone in there, and with my treasured bowl and keep my secret where, and hand of riches new and old. The last line I read, hand of riches new and old, old is a key word, meaning a reference towards Don Martinez's old one tackle shop. And I guess if I have to guess, maybe just going up a limb, where Old Trail Town used to be that was owned by not George Duppich, by Edgar. Yeah. And Bob Edgar hired George Duppich to be the I forget what the name is, there's a particular term for it was Old Trail Town used to be a God, I can't think of the name. Outback company, style company, which is like a is that what it's called? Maybe. Outfitters or something like that. Outfitters company, something like that. Where they take like they have hunt. So the Bob Edgar hired George Davidge as a hunting guide tour type of person, or her hunting tour guide type of guy. So obviously, Old Trail Town was like a hunting tour guide business company over where Don Martinez's old aluminum tackle shop used to be as well. So begin at One Waters Hall, obviously, you know, the area where Forrest Fenn is seen and standing on next to a hill where there's a PVC pipe leaking water out of it, which is what Warm Water's Hall is. Hence, can you dip your toe in it? Because the water, what's the word, pours out into like a pond type of deal that leads to the waterfall where Lost Lake is, where the gold trout are, or the golden trout, whatever they're called. And then obviously, and then taking in the canyon down because canyon down is right next to Warm Waters Hall, which is the canyon behind Forrest Fenn, a young Forrest Fenn, seen on the cover of the Thriller Chase, where the PVC water pipe is. So the two clues are contiguous because they're next to each other. Not far, but too far to walk. Put in below the Homer Brown. It's not far, but it's too far to walk because, it's too far to walk from the canyon and the Warm Waters Halt to Homer Brown. And Homer Brown. I would guess Bear Hole, maybe. Maybe. Maybe Lost Lake where Elvis and Beowulf are. That'd be my guess, one of my two guesses. And then from there, there's no place for the meat. No place for the meat because obviously the location where Forrest Fenn was fired by Frosty. The end is ever drawing nigh. The end is ever drawing nigh because obviously, the end of his life is coming to a halt. And as well as the end for his hunt is drawing to a close, you know, upcoming type of deal. There'll be no paddle up your creek. Obviously, there'll be no paddle up your creek because obviously, Forrest Fenn in his Fishing on Yellowstone interview mentions that he was on a boat on Hepkin Lake, I believe, maybe, where he caught a approximate 20-inch brown trout, and where he saw that 10-inch or 10-foot round hole that the trout was sitting in. And if you go back in that same interview, he also speaks about that how the place is no longer there because he mentioned that same statement when he in the reference of him and his father and Don Hopkins used to sit on the bank somewhere on the Madison River, but is no longer there type of deal. Hence, living up Penelope Creek. Just heavy loads and water high. I'm still trying to figure out heavy loads and water high. Might be Lost Lake, maybe. Could be. If you've been wise and found the blaze, the blaze, obviously, if I had to guess, maybe the tree on a hill. Maybe. But quickly down the quest of seas, Atari scant with marvel gaze. And an Atari scant means, well, scant means very few. Tari means of tar. So, but Tari scant with marvel gaze, just take the test and go up in peace. So it's the blaze is in an area where there's uh very few trees, I guess, that are tarry or burned. So if you're in the area, just take the chest and go in peace. So why is it that I must go and leave my trophy for all to seek? The answers I already know. I've done it tired and now I'm weak. Obviously, I've done it tired and now I'm weak because he wrote this poem back when he had cancer. So and now I'm weak. So hear me on, listen good. Your efforts will be worth the cold. Your efforts will be worth the cold because obviously, if I had to guess, they had two guesses. One because him referencing his story of him and Skippy being dragged by Cody the Buffalo into the creek or water, maybe possibly, or obviously the Rocky Mountains reference. But if you're braving in the wood, obviously if you're braving in the wood is the last clue, which is maybe where actually you know what, maybe where his father used to park. Matter of fact, going back to that story, I forgot about that. It's in Too Far to Walk about shit, where him and his father used to fly fish. And where his father used to park type of deal before the gates opened up for Yellowstone type of deal. So yeah, that story that could be the last clue. You're braving in the wood, in the same wood as in the wood that for the Ponderosa log. So I'll give you title the gold. That's all I got. Yeah, that's it.